Hello, students. Yesterday you drew some monsters. They all had a textured outline, like smooth or bumpy or fuzzy, and they all had eyes, maybe mouths, and they all got some texture inside with crayons and rubbing plates. So today we're going to do the final step, which is to add color, watercolor, to these creatures. And I want to see you use watercolor the right way. That means you have a water that you're sharing with someone at your table, but you have your own watercolor palette that you got from the box. Next, you wake up a watercolor by putting a little bit of water and swirling your brush. You'll paint with that watercolor inside your monster. And because our monsters have marker on them that might run, try not to get too much water on the black line. And I want you to use not too much water in general, just a few drips of water. If your monsters get real watery and your paper soaks through, stop painting on that area and move to a new area. This paper can hold some watercolor, but if it gets real soupy, lakey, wet, then the paper may rip. And that would be sad because your monster is awesome. All right. I am choosing colors that kind of are next to the color of the crayon that was used. So in my yellow monster, I used some green. Inside of my blue monster, I used some purple. I'm looking on the color wheel and seeing what a color that would go really nice next to that color. And two colors next to each other on the color wheel look really nice. Like red and orange look nice. Yellow and green look nice. Blue and green look nice. And in between colors, I rinse my brush inside of the water. I do that by pouncing the brush into the bottom of the cup. The bristles bounce a little bit on the bottom and get cleaned up. And then instead of tapping, there's my pounce. I either use a paper towel or I scrape my brush on the side of the water. Whenever you're using a brush, you should always get a paper towel. Notice I'm not using too much water, but I'm using enough to spread the color around. Sometimes you need to move quickly between water, paint, and paper to get the right amount. And if you're doing one big monster, you're allowed to use up to 2 colors inside of that monster. So I am painting the bottom of this creature a dark blue. And then after I finish that, I paint the top of the creature a color next to that, which is a blue, light blue. And I'm going to color the top of this creature with that color and let it blend down into the second color. All right, have fun painting.